been working as a Java backend developer in from past 3 years. And talking about my roles and responsibilities, I've been part of various phases of implementation lifecycle, like starting from requirement gathering to development and deployment of the project. And talking about my skill sets, I'm well versed in core Java, Spring Boot, Spring Batch, and I've also worked on REST API architecture and microservices. Other than that, Oracle and MySQL as backend database.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll start with some basics. So can you tell me what is mean by abstraction?
Abstraction is like achieved by we can achieve abstraction using abstract class or interfaces. Abstract means like not completely implemented class. Like if there is there are some unimplemented method in class, that class can be considered as abstract class.
Okay. So can we write abstract class without any abstract method?
Abstract class should have at least one abstract method.
Is it mandatory?
Yeah, it's mandatory. Yeah, it should have at least one abstract method.
Okay. Okay, fine. So any other way by which we can achieve abstraction in Java?
Yeah, we can also use interfaces. Interfaces,
Interfaces?
yeah.
So can you tell me where to use abstract class and where to use interface?
Like we can extend only one abstract class, but we can inherit or implement multiple uh, interfaces at the same time. So that's
Okay.
the advantages for interface. That's it.
Okay.
Mm. Other than that,
Okay. So
mm,
can we write implementation in interface?
implementation of an interface. Yeah,
Yep. Inter Can we write method implementation in interface?
it's allowed after 1.8 version Java, where we can define some default method and static method.
Okay.
Other than
So
that, it's yeah,
only for default method we can write implementation, is it?
yeah, not for the abstract method. Or other method are considered as abstract method in interface.
Okay. So and what will be the access specifier for non-implemented methods?
Access specifier in interface.
Yep.
It would be public, I guess. If we define it as public, it would be public.
Okay. Can we declare variable in interface?
Variables in interface. Yes, yeah. We can declare variables.
Variable or constant?
Sorry, variable or
Okay. If we declare variable, what will be the access specifier for that?
okay. I'm not sure about it, but I guess it would be public only, or should be default, I guess. By default, all the access specifier are default in classes, so it should be in interface also.
So
By
if if in interface I don't specify any access specifiers for a method, so it will be default. That what you want to say?
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Do you know what is meant by immutable?
yeah. Immutable means like we can change the content of the object. Like
Okay.
in case of strings, strings are immutable. So every time we create a new string, we are with the same content, we are referring to the same string inside the memory. There is a concept of string pool in strings, where if we created a string with literal, it is created inside a string pool memory. And if we again create the same string with different variable having the same value, So it would check first that if this string is present in the string pool or not. If it is present, then it would return the same reference to the other variable.
Okay.
Yeah.
So suppose we have one student class which is having roll number and name. Roll number is integer, name is string. And we want to create this student class as immutable. So what should we do?
Okay. So immutability can be achieved by we first need to define the member variable as
Mm-hmm.
private static, I guess. And we don't need to provide any setters. We will give only getters. And while we are getting the object, we should clone the object and return.
Okay. So uh, you said like we need to write a member variable as static and final, right?
Hmm.
Any reason for that?
We don't need to private static actually. We don't need like from other class any other variable is not any other thing is not able to access that variable actually. So that's why the private static.
So for private, like for private, I can understand will not any other thing will not be able to access.
Hmm.
What is the purpose of static?
Static, it I don't think it should be static. I'm forgetting. I guess it should be final. Final means that we can't change it.
Final or static?
I'm confused about it. I'm not sure about it. I've
Okay.
read it immutability. There are three steps actually, so I'm not sure about it.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell me like which type of constructor you will be writing?
There would be a default constructor where
Okay.
would be we would be creating the object of that and we would be setting that object in that constructor.
Okay. So each object will have the same value, is it?
Each, sorry, each object would have same value. No,
We are
we would check. I don't think. Yeah, the object we created in the global scope, we would be setting in the constructor, default constructor. Like
subject
object of
created.
class dot this is equals to whatever the object is.
So you will be updating your object in default constructor that you want to say.
Actually, I'm not able to recall what was the immutability clauses actually. So
Okay. Okay, fine. So can you tell me what is the use of final keyword if I use it with class?
final keyword.
Yep.
Yeah, if class is final, then it means that it can be inherited.
Okay. Can you tell me different type of exception that we have in Java?
There are runtime exception and other class not found exception, which comes under other type of exception. There are several types of exceptions, but I know that there are two checked and unchecked exception. Checked are those which are checked at the compile time, and at
Mm-hmm.
the compile time which are not like checked that are checked at runtime. Like at runtime they are noticed. They are unchecked exception.
Okay. So which one are mandatory to handle?
Which one are mandatory? Like unchecked exceptions are mandatory to handle, I guess. Every time if we get any file not found or we handle actually both the kind of exceptions in our program.
No, which one are mandatory to handle?
Mandatory. Like if we don't check this exception, it would give a compile time error only. So we should check it, the checked exception.
Okay, so unchecked exceptions are not mandatory to handle. That you
No,
want to say?
unchecked exception are also like we can check both type of the exception
Okay, okay. How we can handle exceptions in Java?
using try catch block.
Anything else?
We no, I don't think so. I have used only try catch block only.
Okay, okay, fine. So suppose there is a code block
Hmm.
and for which I want to handle exception.
Hmm.
So in case of arithmetic exception, I want to call method A,
Hmm.
and in case of other exceptions, I want to call method B.
Hmm.
How can I write code for this in Java?
So the exception part where we are expecting an exception, we would be placing that into the try block. Under that, the first catch block would be arithmetic exception, and under
Mhm.
that we would be calling the method A with some sort of message we need to write log, and the second exception would be exception E. It's the parent class of runtime exception, and under that we can call the method B with the specific message we would like to log.
Okay. What if I write exception block first and after that arithmetic exception?
Then always it will call the method B because exception is the root class, and under that there is a runtime exception, and under that there is the arithmetic exception. So it won't check arithmetic exception. It would get an exception and it would call the method B, and it won't
Mhm.
be catching the second exception.
Okay, okay, fine. So I worked on collections.
Yeah, for one collection.
So which type of collection you have worked on?
I worked on array list, uh, sets, hash set, and hash maps and all.
Okay, okay. So suppose we have an employee class
Uh,
which is having ID and name.
okay.
Okay, ID integer, name is string.
Mm.
Employee class stored in an array list.
Sorry, your voice is breaking actually.
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
So we have 10,000 objects of employee class
Mm.
which are stored in an array list.
Okay.
So out of those 10,000 objects,
Mm.
some objects are having same name
Mm.
and same ID.
Okay.
So basically,
duplicate
Those are
records.
duplicates.
Yeah.
We want to separate out all many objects from the arrays.
We
So
need to like remove the duplicates or separate the duplicates, and we would only have the unique records in the array list, right?
I want to get all the unique object.
All unique objects. Okay.
How can I get it?
Uh, we can like iterate through the array list with an iterator, and while iterating, we can get the employees ID and like ID and name,
Mm-hmm.
but it won't work actually. We can like set it into a hash sets architecture is so that it won't allow any duplicate values. So we would directly we would create a hash set and put the array list object into that, and the hash we can print the hash set. So yes, this would give all the unique objects.
Okay. So how the headset will identify the duplicates?
Hash set will identify on the basis of the ID only. Then we would have to like override the equals method, and we would have to provide that like in equals we would need to check ID and name both. On the basis of that, we can like when we are putting the array list into that hash set, then it would check both of them, and according to that, if there are unique, then it would be added into the hash set.
Okay. So only equals method that we need to override.
No, we need to override both equals and hash code, but I don't think we need to change hash code in this case.
Okay. Why?
Hash code would be generated on the basis of the yeah, hash code. If we want like we need to save the object on the basis of ID only. Yeah, we need to change the hash code also. Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what is the use of hash code and equals method with respect to hash set? Where it will be used?
Actually, hash code is used to convert the value, the key. Sorry, whenever we put an object into a hash set, its value is being converted into a hash code, and according to that hash code, we are placing the object into separate buckets. We have buckets in hash set. So we are place if we get a hash code of a corresponding object, we would place that object into the corresponding hash code bucket. So likewise, we would have to calculate every object's hash code. So using the hash code method, we are getting the hash code of every object. And equals method would be like it is implemented for checking the objects. What if an object is different from another object? What are the parameters on the basis of we can define that two objects are different? Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if we get an
Sorry.
hash code for two objects?
Your voice is breaking.
Hello?
Yeah.
What if we get same hash code for two objects?
Then there would be a hash collision, and I guess after 1.8 version, Java uses tree kind of data structure to store the objects in the same bucket. In the case of hash collision, both the objects would be stored in the same bucket but in a specific data structure.
Okay. So it will be using tree structure.
Yeah, yes.
Any advantage of that?
Uh, I guess the advantage would be the fetching would be fast. in preset.
So it will be sorted.
Yeah, three are sorted by default. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if I want to use tree set
Hmm.
for uh, like for the problem we had discussed,
Hmm.
what should I implement?
Uh, Reset. If we use reset in place of hash set, then the duplicates are also not allowed, and other than that, we would get a sorting order by default. So the elements would be sorted
So sorting order will depend upon which parameter.
of the employee object, right? It would again check the equals method, I guess, or a hash code method.
For sorting.
No, no. For comparing the objects on, I'm not sure about how to sort in preset. It by default gives us a sorting, so I haven't tried it yet. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Do you know the collections which can be used in multi-threading environment?
Yeah, the collections which are in package java.util.concurrent, like concurrent hash map and copy on array list, they can be used in multi-threading environment.
Okay. So can you tell me the difference between a hash table and concurrent hash map?
Hash table and concurrent hash map.
Yeah.
Uh, I have to not use hash table by myself, but I know that a synchronized map uses hash table internally as a data structure, and
Okay.
synchronized map is a fail fast iterator, I guess, gives a fail fast iterator, while the concurrent hash map is a fail safe iterator, gives a fail safe iterator.
Okay. So can you tell me the difference between fail-fast iterator and a fail-safe iterator?
Yeah, fail fast iterator are those like if we are iterating through a collection, and at the same time any other thread tries to structurally change the collection in some sort, like if adding or updating any element, so the collection would return a concurrent modification exception and won't allow the modification. Thus, these type of iterators are fail-fast iterator. While the fail-safe iterator won't give any error while structural change, and it won't even give 100% surety that the change would be applied in the iteration while the iteration.
Okay. So change may not be applied while iteration.
Yeah, may not be like if the iteration he has started, and let's
Mm-hmm.
say it's midway, it's in the fifth location,
Mm-hmm.
four have already been readed and printed in the logs or output. So if we are changing the fourth element, then it won't be, I guess, printed in the logs. It would continue and print till the end, and the change won't be visible in this case.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. So suppose we have a student list. Student object has name, roll number, and marks. Roll number is integer,
Hmm.
name and sorry, marks is also integer,
Hmm.
and name is string.
Hmm.
And from that, sorry, we have list of student objects.
Student objects. Okay.
Okay. We want to filter out all the student objects who has marks greater than 50 using Java.
Okay.
So how can we achieve this?
Using lambdas, we can do it by stream. We should first make the stream and then filter where we can use the lambda expression for all. If there is a variable a, then
Mhm.
a is an employee. If we consider a as an employee, then a dot get marks if, and if it is greater than this, then we should print system dot out as such. We can do it.
So filter you will be writing and anything else? Filter will return a stream, right?
Filter would be returning the object only. If the stream we are iterating through, if we are iterating through the employee, then it would be written the employee. After that, we can get the marks or name on the basis of the employee object. Yes. And then print it.
So filter will return employee, sorry, student object
Student object. Yeah.
that you want to.
Yeah.
Okay.